Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to BBallBreakdown. In honor of the FIBA tournament, I have a giveaway for you. This is a ball, the official ball that Molten makes for FIBA, and I can send it to you as long as you go to our Instagram page, find the little ad we have for this, like it, and tag a friend. If you do those two things, you enter into the sweepstakes to win this ball that I will send to you. So head over there. Also, BBallBreakdown.com is now a part of the Complex.com network of websites, and we are going to be launching a whole new ton of content, articles and analysis, just like you normally see on B-Ball Breakdown on the YouTube side, but in written form with lots of really great, talented writers and contributors who are going to do some really cool stuff. It will be your destination of choice every day for your NBA news. So head on over to the new BBallBreakdown.com for lots more coming up. Well, now let's talk about FIBA and the finals, because obviously the U.S. annihilated Serbia. They were better than any other team in this tournament, and at this point they're talking about lowering the age and making it non-pros or young NBA pros, because right now the talent is too overwhelming. But you know as well as I do, as a coach, I'm looking at the process. And when I see things I don't like, I will point them out, even though it might seem like nitpicking. And we looked at the first quarter of this game, and the U.S. gave up layup after layup after layup. And it was a real problem defensively that a good team could handle and would hurt them severely. However, Serbia was not up for the task. So here's what we found in the first quarter and what we could think that the USA would have to fix if they were going to play a better team. Serbia starts off with nice, crisp ball movement across the perimeter. Already, Kyrie is out of position. He shouldn't be glued to his man without seeing the ball on the weak side. As a result, he's late reacting to the handoff, so he gets even more out of position with a bad gamble from behind. Harden rotates correctly, Curry doesn't sink and fill, and Serbia gets a dunk. Serbia runs another handoff on the right side, and this time Harden can't decide if he should go over or under, runs into the guy, and Teodosic beats Anthony Davis to the rim with a nifty right-handed layup on the left side of the rim. Here's a really clever quick hitter where the Serbians set a cross screen, then immediately set another cross screen for the screener. Davis had no idea, Steph Curry does not call it out, and the Serbians get their second dunk in 3 possessions. Another clever set where they have Teodosic cross screen, then get a pin down out of this out of bounds play. Kyrie gets caught out of position, then leaves his feet. While the U.S. just about gets a steal, the Serbians hang on to it. I like how Fareed and Cousins move on a string to rotate back to their men, but Fareed never finds where his man is till it's too late, and they get their third dunk in 4 possessions. Cousins is a little slow getting back, and an easy pass to the wing forces Harden to make a decision. Rather than stun at the ball, I think he should rotate fully because the ball is always the most important thing. Instead, no one picks the ball handler up, and he gets an easy layup. The handoffs really hurt the U.S., and watch how Kyrie's footwork leaves him 5 feet on the wrong side of his man. Harden is supposed to rotate over, but that isn't going to happen. Yet another layup. It's not to say Kyrie wasn't balancing out his defensive lapses with good offense. Look at this ridiculous behind-the-back explosion to the hoop. But he was back at it on this pick and roll. He begins by icing it, but once the ball handler doesn't attack, he must get back into position. He allows a straight line drive, Boogie is a dead duck, and gives up the and one. Here's a good reason why the man getting screened should always be in charge of calling out the switch. He's the guy who knows if he can make it around the screen or not. It sort of looks like Clay calls a switch, but because Kyrie was still fighting, he's not ready and is way behind the play. Serbia gets an open shot, and Kyrie gets away with a foul. And it's Serbia's turn for some bad defense, picking up Harden late and inside the three-point line, allowing for Cousins to set a simple drag screen, and the lid has now come off the basket for the Americans. Fareed decides to double the ball, and that requires Cousins to rotate to help. However, he ignores the cutter to the hoop to stay with his man 40 feet from the basket. He makes up for his bad position by blocking this shot, even though there was a little contact, but this remarkable play is hiding some bad defensive execution. A simple pin down stymies James Harden. He should simply chase his man around the screen. Instead, he runs right into it. We know that Tom Thibodeau preaches no middle defense, but look at Harden's feet. He's opened up completely to allow the drive, and Krstić bricks yet another layup attempt for the Serbians. Already feeling it, Kyrie comes right down with his patented pull-up jumper from 3. But watch the footwork. 3 steps after his last dribble. I'm surprised FIBA refs didn't call this. Curry plays this handoff very well, but look at this great spin move by Teodosic, and Fareed falls asleep as his man backdoors him. Krstić misses another layup, but how many of them are the US going to allow? Watch this sideline screen and roll as the Serbians pivot from what appeared to be an inside screen to a sideline screen. On the rotation, Harden should be there to take away the roll pass, but is too late. So the US comes down, Kyrie is still feeling it, and does another pull-up 3 after taking 3 steps. Is this a travel? Tell me what you think. Off a double pin down, Klay allows middle penetration. Kyrie half-heartedly helps one pass away and just seems lackadaisical about the whole defense thing. On the reverse, Gay initially plays ice correctly, but like we said about Kyrie before, Gay has to then get in regular guarding position. Instead, he sucks the defense in, Klay loses sight of a man and ball, and they get an open 3. But back in transition, Serbia gets smart and knows Harden will jump into you, so his defender jumps backwards out of his way, forcing a miss. However, the US are just too quick to the ball, and Harden drops off the nifty pass for a corner 3 by Klay. In delayed transition, I like how Klay rotated over in correct position, but he doesn't see man and ball, and his man cuts right in front of him for yet another layup that they can't finish. With the game out of hand, the Serbians run a high screen and roll with weak side fill. 3 guys go at the ball, including Klay Thompson, whose man had already started cutting to the hoop. Thompson then proceeds to walk around out there while his man gets right to the rim for the tip. So I don't want you to think I'm nitpicking, sports fans. The bottom line is there's a process involved. They had a lot of time in my mind to go over and practice and get used to playing with each other, at least on the defensive end. And yet, time and again in this tournament, we saw really bad defense that was simply overcome by superior shot making and athletic ability, which is great. I like that. But when I see players who are that good, and make no mistake, the US is so much better than most of the other teams in the world, I want to see them execute. I want to see them get into a stance at least and sprint hard and play the game the right way the whole time they're out there. They're not playing much more than 20 minutes a game. It's not like they're going to get tired. So that's what gets me frustrated. Well, don't forget Instagram. Get over there, you get this ball, and follow us on Twitter and everywhere else we're on, and our new .com. Get over there and check it out, because at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?